Hey guys, um, give me a second. I'm setting everything up. It's been a couple of months since my last streaming, so I'm trying to get everything ready. Just give me a couple of minutes. Okay, I think I'm almost done. I'm gonna start sharing. Um, there we go. I think it's visible right now. Just checking everything. Yeah, I had to do like a second streaming because the first one failed. I was testing some issues with the Restream app. I think we are good to go. So I'm currently with my previous version of my streaming that I did a couple of months ago of my mix between Godzilla and King Kong. So if you guys remember that streaming, this is pretty much what we did. So we have like this slider. If I reduce the slider, it's it going back into a Godzilla design. Have a second set of eyes, if I remember correct. Yep, Godzilla eyes. There we. Okay, so something like that. Um, just give me a second. Double check something. Give me a sec, guys. I'm just sharing this streaming. Since it's already working, I think I'm good to go. Just try to share this. I'll get rid of some of the old geo, like the previous Godzilla head that I had. I don't need this. Just getting rid of some old geo that I'm no longer using. So I don't think I'll use anymore the Godzilla eyes. So this can go. This can also go. Just give me some more time. I'm almost good. Okay, so hey guys, it's been a while. Haven't done streamings for a bit of time, so this one started as a mixture between Godzilla and King Kong. So I'm gonna continue working on this guy. I'm gonna start doing the rest of the body and clean some of the shapes that I did for the head because currently he's looking quite rough. And let me open my references. Let me see. Screamings, Godzilla. There we go. So I think I was going with some apish look, at least on the mouth. So I'm gonna continue that way. So the nose, I want to have also like some sort of like gorilla looking nose while keeping the original shape of Godzilla, but yeah. Well, let me start working on a different layer just to save a previous version where I was working at. I'm gonna start connecting this just to have something that looks more like an ape nose. Like this. And the ears, they're just currently looking quite weird, so I'm gonna aim for a Godzilla, I mean like an humanoid looking ear, more apish, instead of having like these weird looking ears. I'm gonna aim for something a bit more human, and from then I can actually start modifying it a bit more so it fits with the look of like an ape. Maybe a smaller set of ears. I'm not entirely sure of about this membrane. See how it looks without it. Not sure if the original Godzilla design has that membrane. Oh, it doesn't. So I'm not. Oh, well. The American version, the one that it's on the King Kong versus Godzilla movies, they actually have that that membrane. However, the Dojo, the original one, they don't have the membrane, so I think I'll continue without it. For the body, I was looking for something maybe more human-like. So I'm gonna use scissors for the body. I think it's a nice way of doing something different. So I'm gonna start blocking the rest of the body with this. I think it's easier just to do some quick scissors. It's fun doing this some old school way with the scissors. Feels so different from using Dynamesh or Sculptris Pro. Now for the legs, let me see. It's looking so funny right now with like the sticks pointing out everywhere. this is gonna be the shoulders, so it goes like this. So I want him to have like these very long arms. Sure if I am actually exaggerating with the shape. Look at some references at the body of King Kong. Well, the thing is that King Kong doesn't have like a real gorilla shape, at least on the body. It's more humanoid. Like he's not walking on four legs most of the time. It's more of a bipedal creature, so I guess I'll look at some references of King Kong actually. I think I'm going to keep it like this, very rough. Now the head, although I really like this small head, fits with Godzilla, I think I'm gonna make it just a bit smaller. Let me remove Dynamesh from the adaptive skin preview, so no Dynamesh. I'm going to keep this one. It's good enough for me to start working on it, so let's make a polymesh 3D and then I'm gonna keep this just in case I need it later to do any modifications. Insert, and then we can actually start sculpting. Now he's supposed to be like super jacked, so start doing that. So this is a bit slow, but since we did this with C-spheres, we at least have a decent looking topology. It's not perfect, but gives me an overall shape that I can actually start modifying and sculpting without worrying that much on doing zero measure or anything like that, because there are some issues with the topology. Yep, not perfect, like right in the middle. It's looking super weird, but at least on the arms, it is giving me a good enough resolution for me to start adding some shapes on it. Actually, this, I'm gonna move it like this. And the back is gonna be more wide. It's a lot of like move brush. So with that, we can actually like we can start getting some of like volumes and like landmarks. We don't actually need that much resolution for some of the shapes. this. So I didn't do the feet on purpose. I want to create a different shape just for the hands. Because hands and feet, I haven't decided if he's gonna have like reptile looking feet or some apish looking feet. So since I haven't decided that yet, there's no point on me sculpting that section. And exaggerate a bit more the pose, so it's easy for me to sculpt, and the character looks a bit more interesting. Now, trying to see how it looks, but I still feel like he has like a very small head, so keep changing that until I'm happy with the design. Let me see about the shape of this. I believe it feels a bit weird because of the size of the head. However, that also fits with Godzilla, so having some issues with that. I'm gonna keep it anyway. Not entirely sure about the shape here. Double check my references. Feel the arms there looking very skinny for what I have in mind. So I'll start exaggerating a bit more the arms. With this, I think it's looking better. Might need to send the shoulders a bit to the back. I think they look a bit weird. And the cool thing about this, I can keep adding, I won't say details, but some landmarks like this fold right here with the skin, without actually having to subdivide or add any more geo. Currently working on that super low poly mesh, but since we have somewhat of a topology, we get some cool results by moving these meshes around. Now he's looking very slim, so change that also. I think gorillas tend to have like these very short legs, so I'm gonna go in that direction. Also, the original Godzilla design has very short and stubby legs, so I think it's fitting. Let me change the music. It's kind of boring. Now he actually needs a tail, so I'm also adding that. I can actually move the body and see. Should make it. No, that's way too cartoony. Now that's weird. Try a different one. It's currently on shuffle, so I'm not sure what we're actually gonna listen. I'm gonna try the legs to be a bit more straight. And open, see, like this. need a bit more of a back. I think this is a bit more realistic, at least anatomy-wise. Feels a bit more landed. Now let me add a tail. For this one I'm gonna use just a sphere, and I'll delete this one. Before continuing, I'm gonna save this. And split this as different geo. The tail thing, it's very important for Godzilla Godzilla's look, so I'm gonna keep that. Just give me a second, guys. Hey, Emerul Shah, probably saying that wrong, but thanks. Trying to make it look cool, however, it's been a lot of back and forth, especially with the body, and getting this mix between ape and reptile. It's a bit more complicated than what I expected. Maybe the legs need to be a bit more separated, like this. I think I can start subdividing this mesh a couple of times. I'm gonna then do some zero measure and some dynamesh, but at least get some shapes done is gonna be super useful. Sure if I'm gonna add some scales or if I'm gonna keep it like a skin. Still haven't decided that yet. Something like this. Supposed to look a bit rough right now, especially since I haven't decided what type of like body am I gonna give him, like details. If he's gonna have folds and wrinkles, stuff like that, or it's not gonna be like a ton of scales. For now, I'm trying to make a bit of a hybrid. So in the belly, he's gonna have like this, at least on my mind, these reptile-looking shapes, and on the arms and legs, it's gonna be more of of scales. And right between the body and the different limbs, it's gonna be more apish, more wrinkles, stuff like that. At least for now. Till I change the design again, and then I'll have to figure out. And maybe you can make the arms a bit less cartoony looking. So I'm gonna make it stronger arms. I see remesh this because the dew it's way too stretched. Now this is a bit nicer. Now he's gonna have some sort of like spikes on the back. It's very Godzilla looking. So I guess the back has to be like super broad, massive, so you can have a lot of spikes on the back. Let me see if I should make the body a bit smaller, and I believe it works. That's why I try to keep at least some of the sections of the body, like different geos, I mean different subtools, so you can actually scale, see if it works, see if it doesn't. Hey, the Miss. I've been finding myself doing more humanoids, hard surface stuff, texturing creatures, and making different alphas just mess me. Yeah, actually, it happens to me on my last streaming. Was doing way too many creatures, so I had to go back and do some hard surface stuff. That I believe it actually helps a lot, just to change whatever you tend to do a lot or what you're really into, and try something different. It feels a bit refreshing, but also helps you see like your models in a different view, especially between hard surface and organic. I believe if you are able to do both, it's really a win-win scenario for you. Can you get like different geeks, especially if it's like hard surface and very unique organic stuff, either stylized or like realistic. It's really nice to have like these different styles, like way too different between them on your portfolio. Now, let me see. I think I'm going to give him like ape-looking feet and hands, but with the claws of Godzilla. So it's gonna be again a mix of both. And just for sake of the geo, I'm gonna put some temp hands. Very rough looking, but it's okay. Just want them to be there. You can get a better look on the overall design. And I'm gonna do the same for the feet. I think the arms are way too low, so let's try something like this. Maybe bigger hands. Oh yeah, I think it's better with like the big hands. Just a bit more. The legs feel very skinny, so I'm gonna something like this. So I'm trying to see how it looks. Not sure why I have some color here, but I think the tail could be bigger or thicker actually. It's good to see the model from different views and different angles, so that includes from the bottom. Actually the feet, they're meant to be a bit more open, so this. No, I think I actually like these ones. Just trying to make him look a bit more thick. Now for the spikes, maybe I can, once I'm done with the shape of the body, I can actually do some um, temp looking spikes. I want him to have like this belly hanging out, like reptile looking belly. And just pretty much follows the same line. This. Something like this. We see my Godzilla references. How's the neck usually? I was thinking having like this sort of like bulge, but that's from the '98 Godzilla movie, so I'm not going that way. I know it doesn't work that much that he has like these cheeks with the tail, so I'm gonna try to move the tail a bit to the top. Like this. It looks pretty much the same, so I'm going back with that one. Okay, let me see the specs on the back. Not going for the Americanized version of Godzilla. I'm trying to do like some mix between the old movies, so like the Dojo and the first King Kong. So I guess some spikes like the old one worked. Looking at some references. Checking at some references just to get the pattern. Okay, I'm gonna try with the specs that we always see. So it's something like this. Something like this. It's far from finished, but I think it's the idea. This I can actually play with the shapes and not really digging the design of the spikes. that one looks funny. Now, it's not what I had in mind for the spikes. It's just a placeholder, however, it's not something I'm digging that much. Feels kind of weird. Hey, hey Fernando, thank you, bro. Glad you like it. Having some issues with the spikes on the back, but keep looking at some Godzilla spikes. Maybe doing this a bit more like this. I'm having some issues with the back. Those spikes are looking really weird in my view. In my viewport, like maybe with some lightning and some cool shaders, maybe they would look a bit more interesting. But right now I'm having some issues imagining everything together. I'm gonna try something different that's still in the Godzilla um, it still has like the Godzilla view I'm looking for, like the Godzilla look. However, try with something like this. Hmm. Not sure about that one. Maybe he actually needs the spikes, but in a smaller scale. I'm gonna duplicate these just to test something. He has his spikes, but they're very small. I think this is better. Like, less is better this time. And again, these are not the final ones. I just wanted to try how it would look. And I think this one fits a bit more. So I'm gonna start adding some shapes on to design. Let's save this before continuing. So this is these are gonna be the scales on the abdomen. So he's gonna be pretty much like a mix between skin and scales. Now these are One of the advantages of using C-spheres is that I have this very useful set of polygroups. Maybe they don't go all the way to the back. Just around here, just to protect a bit of the belly. The rest is actually skin, like very rough looking skin, but skin nevertheless. Maybe he actually needs the chest also covered in armor. It's not a bad idea. It makes sense that he's covered right here with armor, so I guess I'm gonna give him that. Something like this, maybe like following the shape of the muscles on the chest. And some armor plates right here. So it follows the same design on the chest. This section is actually skin, and then he's gonna be covered again. Some big plates right here. It sounds like Mexican music. That's very weird, so I'm gonna change that. See, maybe I should follow the same idea from from the chest, so it's gonna be plates that follow the muscle anatomy. So like this. So it actually makes sense on the rest of the body. For the neck, same old, like this. And he's covered, like, at least on some sections of the throat. This section is gonna be like the usual weird skin that Godzilla has, like very texturized, like a lot of like scales that go like, imagine you're sculpting fur, so it's like a lot of lines like this. I had the spikes right now. Now I really like the idea, but I'm not entirely sure. I also like the idea of having like this being just skin. Very, very tough looking skin, but skin. Hmm. Change the material just to get a better idea. Seeing how the lighting is. Sometimes it actually helps defining a bit more the creature. I think I really like this effect of having like very tough looking skin, but not as scales like that, but just the skin following some flow and being very, very tough. Like imagine the skin of elephants or rhinos, but instead of having like this, the effect of like having a lot of like lines, you're actually following the shape of the body. That music, pretty creepy. I like it. Hmm. Hey, Asure or Ashur, how are you doing? So I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna make two different versions of it right now. I'm gonna duplicate Geo and I'm gonna keep working on this one. However, I'm gonna keep also this version where I have like scales. Maybe later I'll change my mind, but at least for now I'm gonna keep both. But I'll keep working a bit more on this one. I think it really helps because on Godzilla you have like this very weird looking skin, as I said. Like even if you're looking at in toys, they have like these scales that are very thin, but very weird looking. They actually followed like the shape of the body, like in lines. So again, I'm gonna I'm gonna start making these like scales. However, at the end, they're not gonna be scales, just gonna follow the flow. It sounds again like Mexican music, but Christmas themed. Not sure. That's very weird. Yeah, I think I like this design. I mean, not the back of it. And same goes for the throat. Something like this. I think I want to create some bigger lines here that actually follow. Here, like this. Yeah, like this. Maybe I can create another one. And they keep through like this. They go all the way through the back. You almost get lost. You actually keep going through the tail, so don't do that later on. I'm gonna continue with the legs. Same effect that I'm looking for the arms and the chest. So it's gonna be like lines mimicking scales, but at the end they're just lines on skin. It's a very interesting effect I'm getting with the skin like that. Like it's actually stretching, but at the same time getting like this armored view on top of everything. This not perfect, but sells the idea that I'm aiming for right now. And the cool thing is it changes. Like you can see the lines on the belly, and you just can see the lines on the arms. They're all different, so you can actually segment on your mind different parts of the creature. ¿Qué onda, Cyrax? ¿Cómo estás, bro? Igual, bendiciones. No me he dado cuenta que todo el streaming lo he estado llevando en inglés, pero igual. Me estaba mencionando que me está gustando ese efecto que tiene como de escamas, pero que no son escamas. Vamos a ver cómo se ve con las púas. Siento que ya queda mucho más aterrizado todo. Como lo hicimos en el torso, voy a segmentar esto. I'm just trying to get like different segments on the imaginary scales. Almost like the armored titan from Attack on Titan. That's maybe a good reference of what I'm thinking with the skin. In a way, it's almost like what you can find on Godzilla toys, like these lines. O sea, trabajar un poquito más en esta sección. Ups, ahí está. Voy a hacer unas manos. Dejen veo las referencias. Oh, apparently gorillas have like very small thumbs. Didn't realize that. So I'm gonna make some hands. So I don't actually have these horrible Dynamesh hands. Change the material to something different. I'm gonna use Dynamesh, I mean scissors again for this. Let's delete this one. And I'm gonna change the material to something. I guess the basic material would work. Okay, so it's one. a ver algo así. Separate a bit more the pinky. Then this one. Just give me a second, guys. Just need to get some water, but and leave it this guy here right now. Just a couple of minutes. 2 minutes. I'll be back. Okay. Just finished working on the hand, the apish looking hand. Let's put here. And the thumb. I think this works right now. Adaptive skin, I'm gonna remove Dynamesh. And oops. Why it's like that. There we go. Way better. So I make this polymesh 3D and replace my ugly looking hands with this one. Something like this, and I'm gonna hide this one because I no longer need the hand. And I'm gonna do a mirror world and something like this so it's a bit more dynamic. And I'm gonna apply the same for the feet, because they're pretty much the same. At least for now. I'm gonna remove these ones too. Getting something like this where it looks more natural. Something like this works for now. Feet are looking a bit weird. I think once he has the gloss, it's gonna look better. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave my streaming right now. Sadly, I wasn't able to touch the head that much. That's my favorite part, but I already had something decent enough for me to work on the rest of the design. So I'm gonna be working on this guy next, on my next streaming. I'm still trying to figure out uh, dates on my calendar, but at least for this month, it's gonna be on Tuesday. So yeah, thanks to everyone who came by. See you next week, and yep, you can find me on social media up here on my banner. You can find like Instagram, ArtStation, all that, and sorry about the webcam. I was trying to figure out some stuff at the beginning of the streaming, and I didn't realize I didn't have my camera on until like halfway through the streaming. So sorry about that. Yep. Thanks to everyone who came by. Gracias a todos los que estuvieron aquí en el streaming. Todavía no he decidido fechas, pero al menos por lo que queda de este mes voy a seguir en martes. Es la idea. Entonces voy a seguir con este personaje todavía otro streaming más. Aunque no toqué nada de la cabeza, pero ya tenía un poquito el diseño. Creo que me está agradando hacia dónde va. En especial en el cuerpo. Todavía tengo que corregir en especial cosas como las manos, proporciones. Pero la parte de cómo iba a distribuir los detalles es lo que me está gustando. Entonces creo que me voy a quedar con ese tipo de piel escamosa. Y bueno, nos vemos el próximo martes. Pueden encontrarme, ya saben, aquí arriba, mi Instagram, ArtStation, todo eso. Y pues bueno, una disculpa por la cámara. No me di cuenta que no tenía la cámara hasta mucho después, pero un poquito tarde. Pero bueno, cuídense. Gracias a todos.